before you start coping and saying shit like bread is healthy and all food is healthy in moderation, then that's just not the case anymore. Bread used to be healthy. Bread used to be called a superfood, but the bread you buy now is not even real bread. It's like a bread-like product. They have made a product that looks like bread, maybe smells like bread, but isn't bread. So why exactly does bread make you retarded? For this, you need to understand the two biggest issues with modern bread. First of all, the modern bread uses a specific type of starch that has a very high glycemic index. This means that it raises your blood sugar levels really high, really quickly. And I think it was like you can eat two slices of bread and it raises your blood sugars as much as eating like 4 tablespoons of regular just white table sugar. And this creates, first of all, whenever your blood sugar goes up really quick, then it crashes down and your insulin goes up and your insulin crashes down. Over time, this creates a condition called insulin resistance, where the systems in your body that take care of the blood sugar levels, they get disrupted and they don't know what's going on. So you just have messed up blood sugar, which leads to pre-diabetes, diabetes down the line. So basically, you'll get addicted to the blood sugar spikes. That's why bread is so addictive, and that's why people who eat bread and pasta usually crave more bread and pasta. I have a friend, and around a week ago, he sent a picture of him eating white bread to the group chat. What did we start doing? Obviously, we fucking shitted on him because white bread is something you should not be eating. And the problem is that people are so uneducated when it comes to the modern bread, and they are so used to their habits of what they eat. So whenever someone questions them and points out the facts that something is not healthy for you, the first reaction of most people is to fight back and start defending their habits. That friend likes sweets a lot as well. So he eats sweets. He also likes bread and stuff like that. So obviously he has like a mild addiction to sugar. So it's really hard for people to understand that the modern bread they eat, that's like the main source of sugar they get. It's not even the sweets. Just putting my vitamins ready. So the second biggest issue with modern bread is that, damn, it has a lot of gluten in it. The traditional bread back in the day also used to have gluten, by the way, but it had it in such low margins that it didn't become harmful for you. Gluten is a protein that a human's gut is not meant to break down. It can't break it down fully. So what this means is that when your body can't break down something fully, it starts to treat it as something that should not be there. So whenever you eat gluten, it starts to like detect it as an outsider and it starts to fight against it. And when your body fights against something, it causes inflammation in the process. So when you have inflammation in your gut becomes irritated, and because your gut and your brain are so connected to each other, the irritation in your gut affects your brain's neurotransmitters. What this inflammation also does is that the body starts to absorb nutrients worse. And when it starts to absorb nutrients worse, what that means is that over time you'll just have vitamin deficiency, where your body doesn't have the vitamins it needs. This constant inflammation in your body just starts to create other health problems as well, like heart issues, issues with the brain, cancer even, Alzheimer's, everything bad. So when your brain is already running on shit fuels, being sugar, and your blood sugar levels are really unstable, then you combine that with the brain fog you get from the constant inflammation, and then also the vitamin deficiency. Basically, you'll just have a way worse working brain than you should have, and you'll just be way more stupid than you should be. You'll have constant brain fog and not remembering stuff, and just life will be so much worse. And this is something you might not notice until you actually quit the grains and quit the gluten. Then you can notice your quality of life improve. So that's what I want you to do. or recommend you to do. The thing is, you might not really understand like that your brain is not working on the optimal level until you quit these things. And these problems came to the bread when they started to industrialize it. So they found a way to make as much bread as possible, as quickly as possible, and so that it lasts as long as possible. Because, what am I doing? The traditional bread used to be made, or is still made, if you make it correctly. It's made over a course of a few days. So it's not like in the factories where they make the bread in like a day and then they get it out for shipment. They just found a way basically to make the most money from us as possible. But even if the modern bread is cheap, like it's cheaper than maybe back in the day, you pay with your own health. So I think it's just not worth it. Because let's say you're like 70 or 80 years old and you don't remember the names of your grandkids, like it wasn't really worth it, was it? Eating bread every day. And I want to say that if you eat like a slice of bread every now and then, nothing's going to happen. But the worry is that most people, they think they eat bread in moderation, but when you eat it in moderation like every fucking day, then over the course of like 20, 30, 40 years, it's not really moderation anymore, is it? You start to have these like random health issues and then you wonder what's the fucking problem. I tried to educate my father on this subject. I tried telling him that bread is bad for you. It was like 1.5 years ago already. I basically told him that I don't eat bread anymore and you shouldn't as well. But you can't really change someone's habits. Like you can inform them, and if they still decide to eat it, then it is what it is. That was the harsh reality I needed to accept. But yeah, it's like he eats, let's say, a sandwich every day, but he does it for like 20 fucking years in a row. So obviously it's going to compound and cause issues, but it is what it is. I understand if you really like bread and you really want to eat it, then just go find a local bakery. They probably make the bread in the right way, but you can like just make sure that they do. They make it over the course of a few days, and the bread actually goes through the fermentation process where the bad things go out of the bread basically, and it's like made in the natural way. And also, if possible, make sure that the bread is made from the traditional wheat. It was called einkorn. It's a type of wheat that has been around for like thousands of years, I think. And it's not modified in any way. So the gluten content in it is way lower, and it just won't do as much damage to your body. That's like the grain they used in medieval times as well, I'm pretty sure. So just make sure it's einkorn, make sure it's made in the right way. Don't eat the bullshit you find from the supermarket. It's not worth it. If you want to remember the names of your grandkids, if you want to feel good, if you want to have a flat stomach, not be a fat piece of shit, not be bloated, life is just so much better, and your brain works better as well. So I know it may be hard in the beginning because you're used to something, you're used to eating it, and because it's addictive as well, right? It raises your blood sugar levels. It's like an addiction, you know. It's like with sweets, but just limit yourself. Don't eat it at all. I'd even say don't eat it at all because it's like with other addictions. When you do a little bit of something, it's just way harder to quit because the cravings get way higher. So just cut it out for like 2 weeks, a month. Notice how you're doing. Notice how you're feeling, and then make the decision whether you want to continue living the better life or go back to the shitty life where you eat bread. Anyway, my food is ready. 5 eggs. Some rice.